There are 4 key pillars to our shot to make us consistent and confident shooters. The first is the security of the basketball. We want to be able to secure the ball or grab the ball as confidently, as consistently as possible. And one thing that helps me, or a couple things that help me with security of a pass or off bounce, is lining up my index finger with the midline of the basketball. So getting that index finger for this NBA rock right to that middle of the NBA logo. Once I receive that ball, I want to make sure that my guide hand is creating that imaginary T. Very important concept. And the last of security concepts is getting a wide handprint on the ball. A lot of players, especially young players, when they grab the ball, they get this super narrow, super thin hand. So when they go to release it, it's gonna move a ton, and that guide hand affects by pushing that ball. With a big hand, this gives you the opportunity to secure the ball completely, no matter whether we have too much push with that offhand. It's gonna give us a platform to be able to control that release, control that snap off of. Okay, now a lot of other coaches talk about creating this pocket, and I don't like that because it gives this inorganic, really unnatural security of the ball. It allows that player to, or it forces that player to put the ball so much on their pads that they're really just pushing with their fingertips and making it this really stiff shot. What I love to do is just teaching that player to open up that hand, and that ball will sit very naturally on those pads, giving you the perfect platform to shoot. The second concept of our shot is our footwork, getting into consistent footwork. No matter whether we're gathering into a shot, whether we're dribbling into a shot, whether I'm gonna go into a foot replacement, coming into a hop, we wanna get our feet into a consistent platform. No matter what kind of shot I'm getting into, that footwork I wanna maintain the same width for every shot. I wanna make sure that those legs are popping in the same manner, that I'm keeping my hips loaded, my weight distributed evenly, and that's gonna allow me to get into a more confident and consistent release. So our footwork is literally the driving force of our shot, and if we have a narrow base, or if we have too wide of a frame, it's gonna really negatively affect what our shot is able to do, the consistency with our release. So we love to teach feet shoulder width apart, and a great way to kind of gauge where that is, you just put a ball between your knees, and that platform, that base right there, is gonna be the perfect distance for those feet to operate when getting into a shot. The third concept is gonna be ball and hip rhythm. So ball and hip rhythm, as we've talked about in the past, is gonna be when the ball extends, the hips extend. So if you watch the best shooters in the game, Ray Allen, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, amongst others, when that ball starts leaving their hands or starts going up into their release, those hips are starting to go up into their release as well. This is gonna give them a great push power to get rid of that ball, so that way as soon as those hips go up, that momentum and that power from the hips is gonna drive that ball upward and outward to the rim. Okay, making sure to give them that proper pop, so that way they're shooting the ball up, not just flatten out by just making it an arm shot. So ball and hip rhythm is a great, it's a necessary step to take in order to produce consistent behavior with your shot. The fourth is controlled release. So we love to talk about a couple of things with our release, a couple of things that may be a little bit more generic, or than what a lot of other coaches talk about, because we believe in the fact that everyone's shot is somewhat different. So these 4 pillars are going to give you guys an opportunity to put yourself into a shooter's mold, a confident shooter's mold. With our release, those couple things are making sure that we have elbow above eyes when we finish. So as I go into a shot, I want to make sure that elbow stays above my eyes, not down below. If the elbow drops down, that ball's going to be pushed outward, making it a flat shot. With that elbow above eyes, that's the trajectory that we need and that we want to give ourselves, or give the ball, a nice, beautiful arc on the release. Another thing is to control the snap. So when I finish that shot, I want to control my release, control my wrist. Making sure that when I snap, I'm directly pointing my fingertips to the ground, not allowing my wrist to sway or swing in either direction. Now, a lot of coaches will say, hey, you have to release the ball off of the middle 2, or index and middle, or these 3. Now, this is where we can get a little bit flexible, a little bit more, flexible with our client or with the individual shooting. I don't think it matters what fingers release off of, as long as you release consistently. So say we have a player that finishes off of these 2. Make sure when you finish, those 2 fingers are hanging down the middle of the rim. If you finish more off of the middle 2, or these 3, make sure when you finish, those fingers are hanging down the middle of the rim, and that will help you with gauging and creating a more consistent finish on your release. If you finish with these 2 some of the time and then middle 2 some of the time, flicking your wrist, that's gonna produce a lot of sway and swing in that release. The final aspect of our release is making sure that we finish with 2 bounces. So once I finish that shot or release that shot, I'm just gonna lightly bounce twice on my toes, and this is a reminder for us to use those legs and stay forward in our stance, giving it a nice soft finish and landing to our shot. So right there, 4 main concepts that are gonna help you become consistent and confident shooters. We believe these are the basic pillars to everyone's shot that you guys need to adhere to. Make sure you guys comment below. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you need more detail or description or drills for your shot, and we'd love to help you guys out. Take care, guys. God bless. See y'all soon.